Hello everybody. If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 202, The Saturday Surprise. Sarah usually loves Saturdays. They were her days for sleeping in, reading a good book with a cup of tea, and maybe taking a relaxing walk in the park. But this Saturday was different. It started with a loud knock on her door, just as she was settling in with her favourite novel. Frowning, Sarah went to answer the door. Standing outside was a young woman with bright red hair and a friendly smile. "Hi, Sarah. I'm Emily," the woman said, holding out a box. "We're your new neighbours." Sarah blinked in surprise. She hadn't heard anything about new neighbours moving in. "Oh, hello," she stammered. Come in, please." Emily stepped inside, her eyes taking in Sarah's cosy living room. "Oh, this is lovely," she exclaimed. "I brought you a little welcome gift." She handed Sarah the box, which rattled slightly. "Thank you, that's very kind," Sarah said, accepting the gift. Inside the box were 6 delicious-looking cupcakes, each decorated with colourful icing and sprinkles. "They're homemade," Emily explained. "I love baking, and I thought it would be nice to introduce myself." Sarah's stomach rumbled. The cupcakes looked incredible, and the aroma of vanilla and chocolate filled the room. "That's very thoughtful," she said. "Would you like to come in and have some tea with me?" Emily grinned. "I'd love to. Thanks for the offer." The two women sat down at the kitchen table, Sarah pouring tea while Emily admired the view from the window. "This is a great flat," Emily said. "Lots of light." They chatted for over an hour, talking about everything from their jobs to their favourite hobbies. Sarah learned that Emily worked in a local bookstore, while Emily learned that Sarah was a graphic designer. They discovered a shared love of science fiction movies and vintage clothes. When it was time for Emily to leave, Sarah felt a pang of sadness. She hadn't planned on making friends today, but something about Emily's friendly energy was contagious. "This was lovely, Sarah," Emily said, standing up. "We should do this again sometime. Maybe you can tell me all about your work next time." "I'd like that," Sarah replied, genuinely smiling, "and maybe I'll bake you some cookies next time." As Emily left, Sarah looked down at the remaining cupcakes. Saturday might not have started as planned, but it had turned out to be a surprisingly pleasant surprise. She took a bite of a cupcake, the sweet flavour filling her mouth. Maybe having new neighbours wouldn't be so bad after all. The following week flew by in a flurry of activity. Sarah found herself drawn to the local bookstore more often, drawn not just by the promise of new novels, but also by the chance to chat with Emily. They'd discovered a shared love for browsing through dusty old books, unearthing hidden gems and discussing forgotten authors. One particularly rainy afternoon, Sarah was surprised to receive a knock on her door. Opening it, she found Emily standing there, soaked from head to toe, clutching a dripping bag. "Oh my goodness, Emily, come in," Sarah exclaimed, ushering her friend inside. "You look like a drowned cat." Emily laughed, shaking rain from her hair. "The weather took a sudden turn," she admitted, handing the bag to Sarah. "I was just coming home from the bakery when the heavens opened." Curiosity piqued. To her surprise, it held 2 steaming hot pizzas and a large bottle of fizzy drink. "Pizza night?" she questioned, a smile tugging at her lips. Emily grinned. "Impromptu movie night. The power's out at my place and I wasn't exactly looking forward to a cold and lonely evening. Any chance you'd be interested?" Sarah glanced at the stack of DVDs on her coffee table, a collection she rarely had time to explore. "Actually," she confessed, "that sounds perfect. Let me just throw some towels in the dryer for you." As Emily dried her hair and changed into some of Sarah's spare clothes, The delicious aroma of pizza filled the apartment. They settled on the sofa with plates laden with steaming slices, Sarah popping in a classic sci-fi movie they'd both been wanting to watch. Between bites of pizza and bursts of laughter at the cheesy special effects on scene, an easy camaraderie blossomed between them. Sarah found herself opening up, sharing stories about past relationships and her current creative project. Emily, in turn, confessed her ambitions for opening a small independent bookstore one day. By the end of the movie, the pizza was gone and the power had returned to Emily's apartment. As they stood by the door, a comfortable silence settled between them. "Thanks for saving me from a boring evening, Sarah," Emily said, her voice sincere. "The pleasure was all mine," Sarah replied, a warmth spreading through her chest. "Actually, how about I help you clean up that mess tomorrow? After all, a good neighbour deserves a helping hand, wouldn't you say?" Emily's eyes lit up. "That would be amazing, Sarah, thanks." With a final wave, she stepped out into the hallway, leaving Sarah with a sense of contentment she hadn't felt in a long time. As she closed the door, a single thought echoed in her mind. Maybe Saturdays weren't just for reading and relaxing anymore. Maybe they were also for making new friends and unexpected movie nights with delicious pizza. Vocabulary notes. Flurry of activity. This describes a busy and rushed period of time. Here it means that Sarah's week was filled with lots of different things happening. Drawn to. This means attracted to or interested in something. Sarah found herself going to the bookstore more often because she wanted to see Emily. Unearthing hidden gems. This is a metaphorical way of saying finding something valuable or interesting that was previously hidden. Sarah and Emily enjoyed finding forgotten books they liked. Drowned cat. This is a humorous idiom to describe someone who is very wet. It's a comparison because cats dislike water and might look miserable when wet. Piqued. This means aroused or stimulated, especially curiosity. Sarah's curiosity piqued by the bag Emily was holding. Impromptu. This means done without being planned beforehand. Emily's movie night idea was unplanned because the power went out at her place. Camaraderie. This means a feeling of good fellowship and mutual trust between people. Sarah and Emily felt comfortable and friendly with each other. Confessed. This means admitted or revealed something, especially something personal. Sarah shared personal stories with Emily. Ambitions. This means strong desires or plans for the future. Emily told Sarah about her dream of opening a bookstore. Contentment. This means a state of peaceful happiness and satisfaction. Sarah felt good about her new friendship with Emily. Echoed. This means to be repeated or continue to sound somewhere. The thought about changing Saturdays stayed with Sarah's mind. Story written by Google Gemini AI. Images created by Designer AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Hello, this is Steve. If you enjoyed the story, please would you take the time to leave a meaningful comment and click on the like icon. If you want to know when the next story has been uploaded, please click on the notify bell icon to be notified. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and tell your English learning friends so they can benefit too. Thank you.